Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Rec League, where sports, music, and culture come to play. I'm your host with the most, Sammy Smith, and I'm joined by the homies. On my left, we got or is it Big Bruh? Philip Dukes, aka
Bronco.
Scoops. Bronco.
I'm a Bronco.
He Bronco.
Mm-hmm.
And on my right, he wanted to say he was still esteemed. We're gonna keep it that way. So we have the esteemed Kennington Lloyd Smith the third. Say the full name. What's good, y'all? How we feeling?
Yeah, man, feeling good, man. Juneteenth, so happy Juneteenth to y'all boys. But no, I'm good. It's been a good week. I don't know what the weather's like up in New York City, Sammy, but it's been raining every day, 40 days, 40 nights here in the South. So hopefully we can get some sun this weekend so we can go be outside. But otherwise, it's all good.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, weather crazy down here, bro. Rain every day, thunderstorming. So I'm enjoying it not being like super oppressively hot right now because by the time that once that switch goes off with Mother Nature in Atlanta, bro, like it gets like it feels like Peachtree Street is the equator. So I'm gonna enjoy it a little bit for a little while, but then I am tired of it raining though for sure.
Nah, I feel that. It rained like a little bit yesterday. We had like a little thunderstorm for like 20, 25 minutes this morning, and then it's just been hot. Like it started getting hot in New York like the last week or so. So I'm actually glad for the sun to come out. But like when you down on that subway, dog,
Oh
like
yeah, I know, Gabe.
summertime, we baking down there, bro. Like
Man,
Hopefully you taking the express train. Hopefully you ain't taking no local trains.
hey man,
Get in, get out.
God willing, I'm always taking the express train. But yeah, man, you said it, dog. It's Juneteenth. You already see the hoodie. Celebrating the ancestors, celebrating everything. How y'all doing today? Like, how we celebrating Juneteenth?
man, I'm being a black dad. That's what I'm doing. Dad daycare once again. So now I just kicked it with Cam. We talked about it a little bit, and we just happy to be free and appreciative of the ability to be as free as I am right now. Like, you know what I mean? So just, everything's taken care of. I ain't really tripping on nothing. Just glad for the sacrifices that other people made for us to have this moment.
Yeah, for sure. Been chilling today. I'll probably be doing most of my Juneteenth activities this weekend, going back to Atlanta. So just chilling today, but showing my support, wearing a black-owned business. Saying right here on the shirt. Saying this is Atlanta brand by Key. I pronounce it for real. But do you remember the guy who used to like repurpose the Jordans with the lightning bolt?
Yeah.
This is his brand, but just like clothing wise. So wearing his tee today.
Say it again. I think you kind of bumped out a little bit.
Yeah, by Kai. I'm gonna pronounce it Kai, Kiy.
Oh yeah.
The guy who used to have the Jordan ones with the lightning bolts on them. They were like really popular. He doesn't pop up in shops like all around the South. So this is like his actual like clothing brand. So wearing his tee today. So supporting black business by wearing some black streetwear, but otherwise just chilling today.
You know what? I'm gonna do the same thing and plug my man Atlantic brand Matt Herndon with this nostalgic College Park single lemon t-shirt.
Oh, that is.
So check his brand out, man. I got actually, and if you go check out AtlanticBrand.com, put in Dukes, and you get 10% off.
Shameless plug. Need that.
Gems.
That's how I go to World Changers in college, so lifelong member. So need that for sure.
Shout out to my boy Creflo.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to Telltale. I don't know if y'all see the hat.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yep, black-owned brand here in New York. Literally was just walking down the street. Bro stopped me and was like, yo, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a producer, writer. He was like, yo, let me give you a hat. So, got to plug them, Telltale. But that's how we celebrate Freedom Day, man. We support each other. Freedom Day while we can still say we free. With everything going on.
Definitely says something there.
For sure. But I know we usually start things with What's the Scoop? But I wanted to add a new segment to the Rec League rotation, and this one is for you, Kenny. It's called Gas Me Up. So here's how it's gonna work. I'm gonna throw out a topic or a headline from the last week, and I'm telling y'all it could be anything. If you're feeling it, you want to talk about it, just say Gas Me Up, and we'll dive right into it. If it's a no, just say keep it on E, and we'll keep it pushing. Sound good to y'all?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, what if Ken wants to gas? He wants to gas, but I don't want to talk about it. Can we do that too?
I mean, either way. Either way, if Ken want to gas, he say gas, and you don't got nothing to say, just be like, look, man, I'm gonna keep it on you.
All right, bet.
So either one of y'all can just when I finish the headline, either one of y'all can say gas me up. Like it's not gonna be a whole thing.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
Bet. So this first one is in honor of Juneteenth because we've had a lot of discussions. It's Freedom Day, but as we all know, freedom ain't free. There have been ICE raids all over the country. The ones in LA sparked some protests. The president deployed the National Guard and some Marines. Whole thing had the timeline going crazy. But there's been a particular reaction from our skin folk that I thought was interesting. Some folks saying that we should be out there in support in the streets protesting. Other folks saying we should mind our own damn business, gas me up, or keep it on E.
I'm gonna say gas me up for this reason. While I do understand that point of view, because it does feel like a lot of times Black people are in support of other minorities or on the front lines for minority issues, or when people of color are being oppressed, most of the time it is us, and we don't feel that same support from minorities. Where this thing is going with ICE in terms of originally it was supposed to be, we're rounding up criminals. Now they're pretty much just grabbing people off the streets, deporting them, taking them away from their families. This is setting a very dangerous precedent to where if, the Trump administration or whoever's controlling ICE wants to say, we want to target this particular group of people for this reason, we are giving them agency to do that when we're not holding them accountable. So while I do understand it, I do feel like this is something that Black people should most definitely care about. So gas me up on that one.
Man, I don't know, man. I'll say this. Let me get some unleaded 87 gas on this one. I just think that it's unfortunate as far as the families, right? And I haven't done enough research to really talk about it. But as far as like our skin folk and being in support, I think it's on brand because we only support each other. So I'm not saying that you got to go support anybody else's cause out there. I'm just saying, like, I just really want our support but I want us to begin to support each other more before we take on other people's battles. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't. I just want to see more of a collective interest in each other. And I think by having that collective interest, we'll be able to lend a helping hand to other, groups. Is that a good word to say? But yeah, but just to keep especially on Juneteenth, I feel like there are so many sacrifices that have been made for us by us that we need to make sure that we take care of home before we go try to, clean up somebody else's house.
Yeah, that's real too.
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of chime in a little bit here, I think that this struggle is our struggle. I think Kenny put it in a great way in the saying that like not holding this administration or particularly just ICE accountable as a whole is to the detriment of all of us, Black folks especially, and Black Americans shouldn't get too. And I'm gonna say Black Americans specifically shouldn't get too comfortable, because like we all know that we live in a carceral system, and unfortunately, illegal immigration is a source of labor, cheap labor. And when you don't have that labor source and you see them basically deporting the labor source, the next version of cheap labor is prison labor. And the people who are in prisons are us. And the people who are homeless, 40% of homeless people are Black folks, poor Black folks, Black American folks out there on the street. Now, when it comes to Black people as a whole, we just saw during the Biden administration a ton of Haitians getting deported. We know that all Latinos aren't, white Latinos. There are Black Latinos. And those people are being affected by these deportations as well. So to say that this isn't our fight just simply isn't true. It's our fight in a lot of ways. And we definitely should be out there in support of these protests and being against these ICE raids. So I'll leave it at that unless you guys have anything else to say.
No, well said.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So this next one is kind of weird. Have y'all seen the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix?
No.
Y'all never seen that movie? So basically, like the movie is like dude falls in love with his AI assistant. Well, apparently that movie's kind of becoming a reality. That movie came out in like 2012, 2013, but the movie's kind of becoming a reality. More and more people are forming romantic relationships with their AI assistants. There's even like a Reddit thread called, I think it's R like my boyfriend is AI, where people talk about it. So gas me up or keep it on you.
Gas what up? AI relationships?
Yeah. I want to talk about these AI relationships. Gas me up.
Yeah, gas me up on that, bro. What are we doing? what are we doing here? Like this is getting out of hand. AI how do you have a relationship with an AI person? Like, is it do you AI it to the point where
you put it in chat GPT and it's like talking back to you, or like how does it?
So they put it in chat. Like a lot of people, the story I saw was like on CBS Saturday or CBS Sundays. There was a story about a couple of people who've been doing this. They were using Chat GPT, and then they put in like a program that would like basically give it the ability to like flirt and give you relationship vibes or whatever. And because people are pouring more resources and time into AI, like these relationships form because these people they're lonely or they're missing something in their lives or relationships. A couple of people were actually in relationships, like long-term relationships, and we're still having these relationships with their AI. So there's several reasons why people do it, but that's the way that people are doing it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll leave it on E and just say, if that's your ministry, go ahead. But I would just advise people to get outside and touch grass more often.
Boom, there we go. Like that was well said. Like, bro, like, come on, what are we doing here? But I will say this. You know what? I got a saying I love to say. I got two favorite sayings. One of them is I don't know what them folks got going on, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. Man. I don't know what them folks got going on. Yeah. If you like it, I love it. Go. You know what? Gas that up. Be happy.
Right. Be happy, but y'all getting real dangerous feeding AI all this damn information about you too. Crazy.
Yeah. We need an AI protest for real. Like that's what's gonna have us all up out of here, bro. Like them folks get mad and start weaponizing me. Like, hey, like that's the scariest part to me of why I don't really want to drive a Tesla like that, because it's like I don't want to get in no driverless Uber. Because what if the AI just one day, develop, like we see in the movies all the time. One day the AI be like, you know what? I don't like how you keep asking me all these stupid questions. Like, what if I tell you? What if I don't want to go here, Johnny? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, yeah, what are you gonna tell? You gonna fight the AI? You can't. You gonna turn it off and you don't want to be turned off? Like, how do you turn off a computer that don't want to be turned off?
Hey man, this sounds like some Black Mirror iRobot shit.
Man, yeah, exactly what it is. But hey, y'all want to keep on playing with fire?
All right, man. We'll move on after that one. Next up, we're gonna bring some stuff into sports. Caitlin Clark took a couple hits against her game against the Connecticut Sun. She got poked in the eye, shoved to the ground. Some folks saying it's part of the game. Other folks saying that the WNBA be just letting things slide a little too much with her. Gas me up. Keep it on you.
I'll gas this up. I have a different perspective than most because I was in Iowa for a couple of years. So I was there during her junior and senior season, covering the women's basketball team. So got a chance to cover her up close and be around her a little bit. I do feel like this is mostly just a part of the game, though. Like I feel like these are just kind of like hard fouls. I mean, when we talk about the common thing is, we should talk about women's sports the way we talk about men's sports. We should cover the WNBA the way that we talk about the NBA. If Shai Gilgeous-Alexander gets poked in his eye by Andrew Nembhard, it's not going to be front page news, and there's not going to be some think piece on black crime, and we have to protect the money, and Shai is the face of the league. If Anthony Edwards gets cut from under the basket, they're not going to lead first take with, why isn't this team protecting the money, right? Anthony Edwards is like some rising star. So I just kind of feel like we just have to, as a people, when we talk about the WNBA, let's just like talk about basketball and like not make everything some super big think piece about the race war or microaggressions or whatever the case may be. Now, if there's a place for, now if something does happen, there's a place for that by all means. But Caitlin Clark getting poked in the eye by J.C. Sheldon, which, again, if you watch women's college basketball, they've had a long-standing rivalry for years because J.C. Sheldon went to Ohio State, and Iowa and Ohio State have a long-standing rivalry. So they've been contentious for, 4 or 5 years now. So it just kind of is what it is. I understand that people are new to the game and they want things to talk about, but I'd rather people talk about basketball and not make everything, a social issue when someone is getting fouled on the basketball court. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna get $2 worth of gas, and I'm gonna just say, bro, it's basketball, man. She'll be all right.
Honestly, that would have been my thought too. Like, I don't even. Yeah, you can keep this on you for me. I don't need to say anymore. Yeah. Next up, Billboard just dropped their list of top 75 R&B singers of all time. Stevie Wonder topped the list, followed by Aretha, then Michael, Beyonce, and Whitney. Y'all want to talk about this? Gas me up or keep it on you?
Man, I need a list. Oh, man, I wish I had. Let me see if I can find the list right quick. Maybe we can bring it up.
I'm going to leave it on E because Luther Vandross was 22nd.
Sound like you got something to get off your chest, bro.
Oh, that was enough for me. I was like, man, Luther 22nd. I think Teddy Pendergrass was 23rd. So just off of that, I'm gonna have to keep it on. I understand it's a lot of R&B artists, long list, whatever. I wanted to scroll long enough to see where Brandy was ranked. I didn't even make it that far, but I'll leave it on E because justice for my boy Luther.
Hashtag justice for Luther.
One time for Luther. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find a list where I can bring it up, but I don't see one that I can bring up quickly. I'm gonna try this one right here.
I mean, I'll just go ahead and tell you some notable snubs just so you can kind of get your mind going because I know you're an R&B guy.
For sure.
So Monica didn't make the list. No Sade. No Anita Baker.
Wow.
No Faith Evans.
No Anita Baker.
No Anita Baker.
Who was number 75?
Number 75 was 75 was Ruth Brown.
Hey man, no this
74.
Bro, y'all put Summer Walker in before Anita Baker.
I take that back. Anita Baker was on the list. She was 31.
But boy, I was finna, yeah, man. See, that's why we need the list. Right. Man, that you was finna have to gas me up. I was gonna say, bro, I didn't know.
But yeah, no Monica, no Sade, no Faith Evans, no Angie Stone.
No Sade. No Sade is tough. Maybe it's, are they saying that's not R&B? Maybe the only way, man. She's a whole unicorn, like, bro. Like, no, yeah, never mind. Yeah, I'm on E on that one too, bro. That's one of them. That's one of them rage bait lists. You know what I mean? Like, why would you even attack that, bro? Like, but you want to get people talking, and you want to sell whatever you selling so good. More power to them.
All right.
Luther 22nd.
Luther 22nd is wild. So we'll leave it there. Shador Sanders got cited for 2 speeding incidents, one of which he was 40 miles over the speed limit. Gas me up, keep it on you.
Man, keep it on E for me because it ain't nothing to talk about. But when I do talk about it, we ain't got enough time. So because it ain't really, man, it's a speeding ticket, bro. Like, at the end of the day, and they want to talk about, oh, what if he was drinking? The man don't drink. Oh, this is indicative of who he is. Like, bro, like the man don't drink. The man got, okay, he was speeding. All right, cool. Ain't nobody ever sped before now. So, all right.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make the executive decision to gas you up, Dukes. Because I feel like you got a TED talk here. I feel like you gotta get some shit off your chest. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you go.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like, bro, like there's like a neighborhood full of glass houses that are throwing all of the stones. And so at this point, when you talk about what this means for Shador, I mean, it is literally a speeding tickets. All right. We've had people and we've had multiple instances of quarterbacks who have bounced back from things way worse. Actual incarcerations. He didn't get arrested. He got a speeding ticket. Okay. Next thing is, when you talk about guys who've had egregious off the field issues that they may not have got arrested for, but habits and things of that nature that have tanked their careers, Shedeur Sanders doesn't have any of that.
Preach.
So I mean, it's like, but when you're at a lightning rod for sports right now, like this story, Shedeur Sanders has gotten more. I'd be willing to bet that Shedeur Sanders has gotten more covers than the NBA Finals. Maybe not more, like if there was a get, like I've seen anything that has happened in the Sanders family has been the top headline. I mean, literally, we've got one of the best NBA Finals when it comes to basketball. Basketball purists are like, oh man, we got two small market teams in that like to run place and that run a lot of pace and play defense. Nobody cares. I was going to say something else. We're talking about Shedeur Sanders, and this is no different. So this is just the Sanders effect in full effect, and people are blowing it out of proportion. I mean, bro, speeding tickets. I feel like Allen Iverson talking about practice.
Yeah, you can leave me on E for this one. For all the reasons that Duke said, it's just a reason for national media, for people who have an agenda to push controversy or to spin a narrative in, whichever way they want to. But for me, leave it on E.
And then y'all didn't know the topics beforehand. So I just want to confirm to everybody that they didn't know the topics beforehand. I put this in here specifically because I knew that both of y'all was going to say that. And I echo those sentiments entirely. This is a nothing story. We're talking about speeding tickets. Dude doing 101 in the 60 is just like speeding on the highway, bro. Like it is what it is. Like it happens. Why are we talking about it? Why is it news? Why is it a headline? It's dumb. And I included this just for all of us to be like, all of us who work in this industry to be like, yo, this is dumb. Like we don't do this. We rarely do this for anybody else. I know Zach Edey like caught one too, but we don't do this for nobody else. Like for nobody else, especially a quarterback who a few months, not even 2-3 months ago, people was talking about was, he got drafted in what, the 5th round? We're talking about a 5th round draft picks, like getting cited for speeding. What are we talking about, bro? It's the Sanders, like you say, it's the Sanders effect. It's dumb. And I kind of hate the way that the discourse about Shedeur Sanders and really sports as a whole has gotten, that we've sunk to this place where this is like an actual headline. I just can't do this. I can't do it.
Man, next day, they're going to be like, did you guys see that he did not wait on the red light to cross the street?
Right.
Shedeur Sanders is a horrible decision maker who jaywalks in 2025. I'm off of him. Colin Coward, bro.
Yeah,
bro, I can't wait. Don't worry about it. It's a video coming. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Y'all heard it here first.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. The Buss family sold a majority stake in the Lakers for a record-breaking $10 billion. Jeannie Buss will stay on as governor. Gas me up. Keep it moving.
I'm going to say gas me up because I actually feel like this has pretty big implications on the NBA. For those who don't know about this person that purchased the Lakers, he also owns the Dodgers, and Major League Baseball does not have a salary cap, and should probably go and look up how much money he's been throwing at the Dodgers payroll in order for them to win. So if you keep up with the NBA, you know about the hard cap, the second apron, all of these restrictions that are putting teams in tough financial situations. That is no longer going to apply to the LA Lakers. So if you wanted LeBron James to take less money so the Lakers could rebuild the roster, you don't have to take less money because the owner is just going to spend it, right? You're worried about Luka Doncic getting help, you ain't got to worry about that because he's going to spend whatever it takes to make sure that the Lakers are competitive. And there's not a lot of owners in the NBA that are going to be willing to spend that type of money. The Boston Celtics just sold for $6 billion, and their new ownership group is actively trying to break up that team because they don't want to pay the luxury tax. Not the same situation that's going to be happening in LA. So gas me up on that. I feel like it's a huge sell, huge turning point for the league because the Lakers are not going to be afraid of any type of salary cap, and they're not going to be outspent. And that is a scary proposition for the rest of the league.
Gas me up, but for different reasons. I want to put on my conspiracy theorist hat for a second.
Conspiracy Dukes.
First got something to do. Luke.
First time.
Now we know why Luka got traded. Bro, did you see? Straight conspiracy theory. But did you see what the Memphis Grizzlies got for Desmond Bain in comparison to what the Mavericks got for Luka Doncic, a top 5 player, and a top? I don't think anybody argues that. And then, you know what? Let's sell the Lakers $10 billion. Oh my goodness. You load the Lakers up with a star to make sure the sale goes through. And now this guy's just like, bro, this was not a this year play. Not I guarantee you there will not be 2 small market teams in next year's NBA finals. Nah, man. See, now I'm starting to think it's scripted for real. And I'm the guy on Twitter that's like, hey man, it ain't scripted. It's something going on, bro. It ain't no way that the Lakers sell. Nobody saw it coming. Everybody was talking about the Mavericks going to Las Vegas. Nobody was talking about the Lakers actually changing ownership. And then it just comes out of the blue. Stuff like this usually leaks. This is huge. And it didn't leak until the sale was done. Gas me up. This is some next level Kaiser Sose 4D, 5D chess that we have no clue about that's going on with the NBA, and I can't wait to see the rest of it unfold.
Now this guys, Shohei Ohtani and Luka Doncic, both in LA. 2-story franchises, 2 young, under 30 international superstars in Los Angeles under the same ownership group.
And LeBron.
Major. And LeBron James, right, major.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was a little surprising just because, like, Mark Cuban kind of undersold. Like, he sold under the value of what the Mavs were.
Yeah.
The Celtics going for $6 billion. I remember when the news broke before we knew the number yesterday, and I was with some people from work, and I guess $10 billion. I was like, if you didn't hear like of an auction or like people were bidding for it, it's got to be at least 10. But everybody else around me was kind of like, oh no, 10? That's a little crazy. Like 10 is an NFL franchise at this point. 8 is probably the number. 10 is ridiculous. I can't even fathom $10 billion, much less fathom paying for a professional sports team for $10 billion. And like you said, Kenny, like this dude gonna spend money. Basically, you're gonna have like the 2 owners in the NBA that are gonna spend the most money are in LA.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a race. It's gonna be a race for whoever is gonna spend the most money out there. And with LeBron, with Luka there, them looking for another center in this free agency class, they're gonna spend a lot. They're gonna spend a hell of a lot of money. And I would not be surprised if they were in the NBA Finals next year, somehow, some way, if they found a way.
In LeBron's last season,
right. Because he tease like an announcement.
You said what?
Didn't he tease like an announcement this week?
Kinda. He said something like, "I'm not going to wait around for Bryce to enter the league," but Bryce is going into his first year in college. Like theoretically, if he was a one and done, that's only a year. Maybe he knows something about Bryce that we don't, and maybe he'll stay at Arizona longer, but. That does feel like a soft launch for a farewell tour.
Exactly. And speaking of LeBron, he's next up. He was kind of stirring the pot on his Mind the Game pod, calling out the obsession over ring culture in basketball circles. Gas me up or keep it on
you. I'll say leave it on E because I understand what he was trying to say. Like, you shouldn't diminish great players because they didn't win. At the end of the day, that is why you play the game, right? Herm Edwards, you play to win the game. So I understand what he was trying to say. I understand it's turned into a larger conversation, but I'll leave it on. I'll leave it on E.
Yeah, give me. I'm leaving it on E, man. I mean, shoot, it's not. I mean, it's because it's just a Jordan conversation. There's nothing. He will never be the unanimous best player of all time. He just won't. So you might as well leave it on E. I don't care what happens, ring culture, whatever. That's the only opinion. So we'll leave it on E.
All right. Well, let's move on to a dude who's got some beef with LeBron. Stephen A. Smith been in the headlines this week. He got caught playing solitaire during the NBA Finals. And he's also got a beef with the city of Memphis for some reason. Gas me up or leave it on E.
I'll gas this one up. It is for a reason, right? He did say Memphis was He all but said Memphis was like the murder capital of the U.S. Like he didn't say it in those exact words, but he was like, people are scared to play.
He did say it in those words, though. He said the FBI, someone at the FBI said that Memphis was the murder capital of the country.
Yeah, well, I just feel like and this is kind of going back to what you said about where sports conversation is going. In a conversation that was supposed to be about where the Memphis Grizzlies are going as a franchise, that somehow turns into nobody wants to play in Memphis because it's the murder capital of the U.S. I just feel like it's an irresponsible narrative to push. Memphis probably doesn't attract free agents like for the same reason that most small market teams don't, because it's in a small city with franchises that historically don't pay a lot of money for free agents. That's kind of how it goes. Is player safety a part of it? Maybe it is, but Jimmy Butler hasn't come out and said that was why he didn't want to go to Memphis. He kind of caught a stray there. I would wonder what other players that Stephen A is talking about, because he said Jimmy Butler and others. So I just feel like it was an irresponsible thing to say. I know he's received a lot of flack from it. I saw the mayor of Memphis today actually invited him to the city for a tour, for an event, for an appearance, whatever. Stephen A.
They're gonna fly.
Yeah. So that's funny though. Saying maybe the YNs will spin the block on Stephen A. Not in a dangerous way, but just kind of pull up on him and make him stand on what he said. But I feel like that was just a irresponsible thing to say. The solitaire during our finals thing is just like comical, right? Like we talk about like how ESPN in their pregame show and their NBA coverage, how it's not really taken seriously. You're the biggest person on their network playing solitaire in the middle of the game, no less. Stephen A was like, "Oh, it was during a timeout." Clearly wasn't. Not a great week for him. So I'll throw a little gas. I'll throw a little gas on that, because he has to understand the position that he's in. That there's always going to be eyes on him when he's at the game, and then also, to put that type of stain on the city of Memphis is irresponsible, because there are people, we take it as like, oh, Stephen A is just trolling or whatever. But there are a lot of people that watch First Take that will take that as law, right? Like a lot of people will go and watch First Take. We don't know all the type of audience. People are going to watch it like, oh, at Memphis is da-da-da. And then they go and take that narrative and spin it out and spew it amongst, their group of people and their friends or whatever. And that's how these things kind of catch fire. So gas me up on that. I thought it was irresponsible on both ends.
Yeah, you can gas me up too. Like, yeah, Memphis the murder capital, but somebody got to be the murder capital of America. Like, if it ain't Memphis, who is it? Like, some city has the most murders. There's not a metropolitan city in in America that's completely safe. Like this, where do you go? People robbing, shooting, and killing, and everywhere you go. I'm not going like, bro. If I'm the only basketball player that wants to go to O Block in Chicago is Steven Jackson, bro. Nobody else is going to hang out over there, so it don't matter. Like, nobody's going to like Black Haven or whatever, the hood, or Orange Mound or certain places. You're not going over there if you're playing basketball, bro. You're going to where basketball players be at. In Atlanta, you don't have basketball. Trae Young is not going to hang out on Bankhead. Like, it doesn't make sense. There's or on Old National. Like, we don't on the South Side. Like, so at the end of the day, like, bro, everybody got crime, bro. Like, it don't matter. Like, everybody does. For the longest time, the Braves were in Turner Field in Summerhill. Like, that's where that's where Lucci's from, in Summerhill. Like, that's where the Braves were at. So at the end of the day, it's like Greg Maddux went like, "Oh, you got to trade me." I saw the YNs out here before I got to the game. John Smokes wasn't complaining. He was out there kicking it. Like we should go back there. Like, you feel me? So I just, that ain't much studying that. Then two, it's almost just like one of those. People just saying passive, like, "Oh, I'm going to Chicago. I'm going to Taste of Chicago." All right, take your bulletproof vest. Like, it's one of them type things. Like, "Hey, yeah, man, I'm going down to Atlanta for the weekend." Like, "Oh, yeah, man, going to Hot Atlanta." It's one of them type things. Like, bro, like, no, bro, don't even say Hot Atlanta, bro. Like, that's one of them type deals for me. And then as far as playing solitaire, man, like, he be trolling, bro. I really think Stephen A. Smith is like, I wouldn't even be surprised if he set that up. Like, it's almost like pro wrestling. It's like another heel turn. When you want to get a star in the wrestling business, when you want somebody else star who's kind of plateaued, not saying Stephen A. Smith is plateaued, but I'm saying if you want to get some fresh energy, make them turn them bad.
Yeah.
Like they'll start doing stuff. They'll start cheating. John Cena, like, he just turned bad. Okay, but guess what? When he turned bad, everybody's talking about who? John Cena, Stephen A. Smith, and a who should be a purist of athletics and professional sports. This is the guy. Oh my God, he's playing solitaire. Like, of all games, bro, that man wasn't even playing Candy Crush or nothing. This dude playing solitaire. Like, bro, my daddy played solitaire. He 82. Like, who put solitaire?
What's the last time you played solitaire?
Like, yeah, bro. Like,
every day, she 85, 86 years old. Like,
yeah, man. So, he was literally like trolling, bro. Like, he could at least been playing like some poker or something. Like, dude's playing solitaire. Like, so yeah, gas me up, man. Stephen A. Smith is a master troll.
Honestly, I'm not even sure Memphis is the murder capital of the country. I think it's New Orleans. I think New Orleans is still number one. St. Louis is up there. Baltimore.
Master P said, the murder capital of the world. Like, nobody stopped going to New Orleans. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we still go to Mardi Gras. Like, anybody tripping?
Oh, I'm saying, man. Yeah. Y'all said it. Y'all, I ain't got to say nothing more. You can keep it on E for me. Keep it on E for me. All right, man. On the Clips' new single, So Be It, Pusha T took some direct shots at Travis Scott and then subsequently doubled and then tripled down on that in some interviews. Gas me up, keep it on E.
Bro, who wants to beef with Travis Scott, bro? That man made Goosebumps, dog. That's the hardest song ever. Pick up the phone. Like, why are you beefing with Travis Scott, bro? You a dope dealing killer. We get this done and talking in silence, man. Why you?
For P.I. inherit the beef, bro. That's what Dot said.
There's a beef between Travis Scott and Pharrell. Like, bro, come on. That's like me jumping in a beef between like Stephen A. Smith and Jason Whitlock. I inherit this beef. Like, man, no, bro. Stephen A. Smith and Jason Whitlock, bro. You could put them in a locked closet, bro, and want nobody get a hair touched on them. Like, Travis, there was no, like, I could see if it was somewhere like, some people in danger or anything like that. Like, bro, leave that man alone, bro. Like, and then now
Push not inherited the beef for real.
That's what I'm saying.
Has been inheriting the beef for real.
Like, we see, like, it's a formula at this point. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay, you know what? You want to get Pusha T hot? Let Pusha T come out here and tell somebody business that he can't wait to tell. Like the Drake, the Drake diss. They say he lost that beef. He told his business. That's what he did. Like, guess what? I know you got a kid you hiding. Ooh, let that little boy come out and play. Yeah. Like, nigga. All right. I don't know, bro. Like, it's just like, yeah, let him come outside. I'm gonna buy. Like, bro, like, come on, bro. I don't know, man. It's different for me, dog. Like, and I like the Clips, bro. I was more excited to hear the return of Malice, bro. Like, why would you smear them? The return of Malice was enough. Why smear the return of Malice with like some garbage, bro? You know what I mean? It's like, that ain't beefing with Travis Scott, bro. You could have did that by yourself. It went. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, man. Yeah,
you can leave it on E for me, but I also like this. This narrative that Travis, quote unquote, can't come back at Pusha T because he's not like a rapper. I mean, maybe not in like a traditional sense, but like Travis Scott, can hop on a hook and take Pusha T out if he wanted to, right? Like, let's say he couldn't hop on a song with Future or whoever, and like
take him out.
Well, not like take him out, but he can. He can respond to it. I just see like all these people on the socials like, why is Pusha punching down on Travis? He can't respond. We can't fight back. Like, Travis is a musician. He can get on the hook and say something back if he really wanted to. Is he going to? I mean, probably not. But I mean, Metro responded at Drake and he don't even rap. So this idea that Travis Scott just can't say anything, like Pusha's just like beating on this person. Like, we're talking about Travis Scott, like.
Hey, but that was Drake's best line of the whole thing, though, right?
Yeah, what?
That was Drake's best line the whole thing. Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums.
Like, then he dropped BBL Drizzy, and like
that's what I'm saying. So like, if Metro don't even rap it, he responded. So this idea that like Travis Scott like can't respond and like Pusha is just like bullying somebody who's just like defenseless, not necessarily true because Travis Scott can respond if he wants to. Is he going to? I mean, that remains to be seen. But you can leave it on E for B. But
I mean, the lyricist though, bro, like He's supposed to be like he wants to be in the conversation of God tier lyricists. What they say, what top tier? Let me take that God out of there. Lowercase G for sure. But he wants to be in that conversation of top tier. Bro, that's not, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, like he ain't had nobody else to like what are y'all even mad about? Like, because Travis Scott put Drake on the song. Like, what are they mad about? Like, how did the beef start?
So Travis came to Paris when Clips was recording his album, and he stopped in the studio to play Pharrell Utopia, but he intentionally didn't play Meltdown with the Drake verse on it. Like, he played every song but Meltdown. And if you ask around industry, people got issues with Travis for a multitude of reasons. There's been rumors about him stealing stuff out of the studio, taking people's beats, the way he been like, for real. I heard people talk about like Travis will legit just like take the USB out the studio and like just drop the song on his own, bro. Like he just stealing.
I like him even more now.
Like he just demoing people's beats, bro.
Feisty. So Shiesty. Duke said he made Goosebumps. Yeah, put some respect on him. Shiesty Travis.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You said pick up the phone, but like apparently that's what he did with pick up the phone. Like he stole the song and dropped it. Like,
who you stole it from?
I was about to say, I don't know whoever he took it from. Pick up the phone, fine. So like whoever he took it from, I don't know if they would have did with that what he did with it. But
that being said, I mean like. You know, I guess Push felt like that shit was underhanded. So when Utopia came out and they heard Meltdown, and that was the one song that he didn't play in the studio that day, Push felt some type of way. And then I guess he felt some type of way because Travis was also hyping up like Metro for the Like That stuff at, was it Rolling Loud or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I guess Push was like, yo, like this dude got no allegiances. And when you dealing with a dude like Push, no allegiance means like I just don't respect you. So he took some shots.
All right.
You come for Pharrell, you come for Push, bro. Like that's what it is.
I can't wait till Travis Scott steals some more shit, man. Like, if he still like, man, look, I'm gonna tell you, like this is just where we are in the world right now, bro. Young LA. So I don't know if y'all see the resurgence of Ain't I this year, right? Like the song Ain't I had this whole big resurgence. They got Young LA. Like he was running around with Alley Boy at the time, right? And they after Alley Boy literally punched him out back in the day, right? They jumped on him, and then now they start hanging out this year. Okay, cool. Young LA goes and steals. Alley Boy sets him up with an Airbnb. Young LA goes and steals the flat screens out the Airbnb. They got him on film. Nobody cares. They're like, I need to just be stealing. Nah, that's just like he high. Don't even worry about it. Like, so now it's just like he's like a high cousin that just be doing dumb stuff. Like, man, you know, like, man, you know who that is, man. You know that man geeked up. Don't worry. Like, so like a drunk uncle who be starting fights with people. Like, you love him because it's a little bit funny, but like, bro, all right, man, you know, chill out, Uncle Fed, like whatever his name is. Same thing with Travis Scott, man. Now that I know that he a little klepto, I like him even more. Like, hey, man, hey, like, y'all better lock them files up. Here go Travis little rollers ass. That's my little cousin, man. Shout out to Travis Scott, bro.
Nah, man, you gassed me up on this, man. Like, we talking, y'all talking about like Push beefing with Travis. Like, why you want to go at Travis? We didn't say none of this when Eminem was beefing with MGK, or when he wanted to throw shots at Mariah Carey, who's a whole singer, or in Drake throwing shots at The Weeknd, who's an R&B singer, or Drake, like you said, Drake going at Metro, who's not even a rapper. Like, we ain't hold none of these dudes to that standard. Travis Scott is a rapper. He's in the rap game. This comes with the territory. Sometimes you can get shots thrown at you by Pusha T. And you're gonna have to eat that because you know Push know his business. So if Travis come back with something, Push said you cried in front of me. About
one thing you know is Travis gonna steal it and Push gonna tell it. When you know it,
exactly.
Push gonna tell it. Done deal. You bet not. Hey, don't let them hear. You gonna hit, boy. An album drop. Hey man, I can't wait. That's the dude. If you did any dirt, don't make him mad. Don't make him mad.
First of all, I love Push, respect Push. he's a top tier lyricist. Where that tier is, we could talk about that a different day. I ain't never gonna be friends with this man. He ain't never gonna know nothing about me. Nobody around me better not be friends with Pusha T.
Hey man, Drake, that little baby hid, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody even knew it. And he was just like, yeah, go be a father to your son. Like, what? Where does it even come from? Like, hey man, like, let that little boy see the air or see the sun. Like bruh, like, hey man, push the one who take it too far. You know what I'm saying? Like, you be like, we having regular jokes, and then somebody say, yeah, that's why your mama, like, bruh, not why you doing that? Like, he rap to me, Pusha T rap too good for that. To be honest. I think, you know what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, Jay-Z was like, especially if it ain't nothing that you did. Like, you ain't do it. You're just talking about somebody. Well, you watched them cry. I don't know, man. Shout out. I'm team Travis Scott, bro. Now I know he be still. He roguish, man. I never heard that, bro. It's so funny to me.
Yeah, I heard that from a couple different people.
Hey, y'all locked the door. Travis on the way.
Talk about his first manager, bro. Just a side note. His first manager said he was having a seizure in the studio, and Travis just stepped over him and left.
Hold on.
Just let that man seize on the ground, bro. Like,
I'm not laughing at that, man. I gotta edit this.
And then dropped it. And then dropped him, bro.
Like, oh man, he's a horrible person. I ain't know that, man. Oh man, I wish I didn't know that, man. That man stole my favorite song. Oh man, golly.
All right, man. All right. Moving on. Speaking of beef, Kendrick Lamar's tour sold out 2 dates at Drake's hometown of Toronto. He performed, performed a joint. Crowd was singing one more time. Gas me up. Keep it on E.
Leave it on E for me. I mean, that's just what it is, right? I mean, he's one of the biggest stars in the world. You know what I'm saying? He won the beef. He gets to go to your city and do whatever, because if Drake beat him, then he will be carrying all types of ways in LA and Oakland and Frisco and all up and down the West Coast. So, it is what it is. So,
man, Drake's so funny, dog. Man, you see when Drake went on concert, he had them hoes smoking in his shirt. Oh man, hey man, hey, the rap game something else, dog.
Rappers are funny, man.
Oh man, I had enough today. I won't eat, dog.
All right, man, we're gonna go to Hollywood with this one. Well, not even Hollywood, because it's really Atlanta. Tyler Perry's being sued for sexual assault.
Oh shit.
Yo, you gotta let me get it out.
Oh, my bad, bro. My bad.
This man is scoring it up.
I know. Tyler Perry is being sued for sexual assault by an actor from his show, The Oval. I don't know if y'all read some of the text messages, but they leaked. I'm gonna stop laughing. Gas me up or keep it on E.
Now I don't know enough information about this, so leave it on E for me. But
no, I'm making the executive decision. We gassing up on this one, bro. We gassing up. You don't need to know. You don't need to know information, bro. This is all. At this point, it's all jokes, bro.
No, bro. Tyler Perry. You want to talk about someone who's also had a crazy week. From Straw coming out and everybody on him about how he portrays Black women in the BET Awards, and all these podcasts coming at him, whatever. Saying whoever this individual who's suing in front of Oval, saying I hope he gets his bread. Tyler Perry, hey, I guess we'll see what happens when Divorce Sisters comes out. He said, Divorce Sisters going straight to #1. So, what I'm saying, and people, if you feel a way about what Tyler Perry got going on, don't watch Divorce Sisters, which is also sidebar, crazy name for a TV show. But hey, if it goes to #1, I guess that means the people standing behind Tyler. So that's my opinion on it. So that's my, my little $2 worth of gas on it.
All right, what you got on Winston Jerome? I mean Tyler Perry.
Yeah, shout out to Tyler Perry, man. That man does a lot in the community, man. A lot. Does a lot. That's all I'm gonna say. Great guy, man. Does a lot in the community. Ain't got no opinion, man. This is an inclusive show. No judgment being passed on what you like to do in your free time.
Oh no, we're not passing no judgment, but I know y'all read them text messages.
Hey, I ain't passing no judgment. Yeah, what it is, my dog. Hey, buddy. Shoot, man, we got folks. At least it's a person. Yeah, when they are. I mean, and no disrespect to the you know what? Let me take that back. I don't want to the victim. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. What can I do? I don't want the gas.
Keep it
on E. I don't even, yeah, because it's touchy. It's a touchy subject. Leave it alone, man.
For sure.
I hope everybody who's been out. You know what? Yep. Go ahead.
All jokes aside, man, for any victims of sexual harassment, sexual assault, we hope that you get the justice that you deserve. The only reason we laughing really is because it's Tyler Perry.
I mean, Tyler Perry. I mean, shoot, I just know, man, Tyler Perry, like he done so much for Atlanta, man. So it's like, dang, everybody be like they want to take down like all the like people who are really big, and especially in our community. So I just want people just to be more careful with, and all of us, everybody, just be careful with your phone, man. That's all I say.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Yeah. We'll leave it at that. The Lil Wayne dropped the Carter 6 last week. I don't know if y'all had the chance to listen to it or not.
Well, you be on straight bullshit, man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
But the reactions to the album were mixed, to say the least. Gas me up or keep it on E.
Bro, gas me up, man. You know what?
Yeah, there we go.
This man been doing this since I can remember. Like, I literally heard Lil Wayne for the first time almost 30 years ago, bro. And when he was young, you know what I'm saying? We about the same. They say we the same age. I think I'm 42. I think our birthday not far from each other. I've heard this man for the first time when I was like 15, maybe 14, 15. Dog, cut him some slack, man. That man been feeding like, he gave us Young Money. He gave us so much stuff, bro. He gave us the Carter series. He gave us No Ceilings. I mean, cut him some slack, man. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I'll say, man. Sometimes, like, we be so quick to get on the ledges, like, you finally fell off. Like, and I don't even think he fell off. He rapping his ass off, man. I just think the beat selection could have been better.
Yeah.
Like, he's rapping and what I did like was he gave some light to some young guys. Like Big X the Plug went crazy on it. Like I thought that verse might have been one of the hardest verses on there. He snapped. Yeah. So yeah, man, he didn't take it off. He rolled with it. You feel me? So man, shout out to Wayne, man. He's been feeding families and making sure that we had good music for over almost 3 decades, man. So I ain't gonna pile. I'm definitely not piling on, man.
Yeah, I'll leave it on E because I think Duke said it well, and also Wayne performed some of his new album at the BET Awards with like the live choir, and it sounded way better than it did, on kind of the actual album. So I do just think it was a production issue at the end of the day. So I'll leave it on E.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a little $5 of gas in the car. Wayne's a legend. I'll start off by saying that no one had a run. Very few people have ever had a run like Wayne did from 05 to 08. This is exactly why Andre didn't want to drop music, or why Andre didn't want to rap. He's not wrong. It's a young man's game. I just think, especially for someone like Wayne, it's kind of hard to age well when you didn't necessarily like when your style of rap isn't necessarily like you have subject matter. I think as he gets older, it's a little tougher for us to kind of adjust, and for us to age with the music. That being said, nobody's gonna out punchline him. Still, beat selection wasn't great. Most of the songs weren't great, but it is what it is, man. Like we should just be happy that he's around. Yeah. Honestly, we should just be happy that he's around. And so I'll leave it at that because I don't want to be I don't want to be disrespectful to a legend of hip hop, and to somebody who meant a lot to my childhood, like just from a musical perspective. So.
Bro, at least he rapping, bro. That man Andre and I love Andre. He's my favorite rapper. That man putting out, he doing pop-up concerts with a flute. So you gotta, you know what I'm saying? The fact that, like, I'm glad you brought up Dre, because Dre was like, you know, a true story. Probably about 2016. I said, man, I wish Andre would come back to rapping. My partner, Black on C-Bone, who raps on the Kryptonite song, C-Bone sends it to Andre. Andre responds to him and says, bro, I feel like, you know, I feel like I forgot how to ride my bike, right? Like, literally, and then so I talked to people around him. I got a few partners that are really close with the Dungeon family. They're just like, man, Dre just feel like the pressure. So when somebody meets the pressure, who's on that, I feel like they're the same tier. I feel like you could put a Wayne up there with a Andre 3000. When somebody who's been great for so long puts their reputation on the line, you got to give them points for that. So man, shout out to Wayne, bro, for being fearless.
Yeah, for sure. Kind of keeping it in the family. Wayne's son, Lil Navi. How you say that? Lil Navi? Navi. Wayne's son said that he wrote a lot of Drake stuff. Gas me up or keep it on E.
Who?
Lil Wayne's son said that
Wayne was
writing a lot of Drake stuff.
Yeah. What? Yeah, I believe it.
Gas me up or keep it on E, man.
Yeah, I mean, he just little Pusha T, just telling the business. That's all. A little Pusha. That ain't nothing but Pusha T and the Travis Scott again. Drake just taking it like Travis.
Yeah.
Little Pusha telling the business. That's all. Yeah, ain't tripping.
There's enough ghostwriting allegations, confirmations and stuff against Drake for me to believe it. So I throw a little, 5 on it or whatever. It's believable.
Bro, and you can't tell me that, Gilly is completely lying. I mean, did Gilly say he was right? Did he ever come out and say he was right for Wayne?
He don't have to, bro. If you listen to the Carter 2 and listen to anything that Gilly has ever done, it's glaring. It's apparent. Gilly can tell me no all day long, and I still wouldn't believe him.
Yeah, I mean, like even if it's the style switch, right? Like, you know what I'm saying now. So I mean, it's just part of the game. So I wasn't tripping. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like that Meek Mill vibe when it was like, Meek Mill like, oh, I got like just out of the blue, 1:00 in the morning, you should be laid up with Nicki. Drake don't write his raps. Like, what? Like, all right, bro. Like, sometimes I don't like social media, bro. Like, I ain't want to know that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't want to go back and listen to Drake verses and think about Lil Wayne saying it. You know what I mean? Like, especially that early stuff when Drake was just like unbeatable. Like, when he was like, I mean, Drake during that time period, like was like early. That was like Steph when we first met Steph, the Steph we know now. When Steph became the chef, that's how Drake's early stuff was, bro. So I just want to remember him in that light because like now, he the bullet hole shirt man. Like it's like Kendrick done slayed him. Like everything he do be looking crazy now. It's just like, oh, here go Drake with this. So I just want to remember Drake like that and everything, all the contributions he made. So Lil Novi, man, you ain't have to do that, little bro.
Honestly, man, it's really hard for me to imagine like how to love prom queen Lil Wayne writing songs for So Far Gone, Thank Me Later Drake. It's hard for me to really imagine that, but I wouldn't put it past him. But yeah, Lil Novi, I don't know if you should have spilled that tea, bro. Like, yeah. I'm assuming that your pops and Drake still got a great relationship or some kind of relationship. I don't know if that was yours to spill, dog. Like, but like you said, Drake is a punching bag right now. I don't know if there's really any coming back after that ass whooping he took from Kendrick. He
wouldn't even been that bad if he ain't going to the drop. They was antagonizing this man like drop, like academics. day 19 of Kendrick not responded, and then it's just like, bro, y'all damn near start bullying him. It was the perfect setup for Kendrick. Kendrick just played chess on them folks, bro. That man went and tried to sue him. Like, hey man, it's like calling the police. like going to test where you gonna whoop their ass and then you get beat up. Hey, man, hey, I gotta go, come get him. Guard.
How you go bully a man that do calisthenics in the park, bro? This man famous as hell. Like,
yeah, bro. Like,
that's a dangerous man to mess with.
Yeah, man. He is. He was looking crazy now. Did y'all see how he was looking at Drewski at the BET Awards or looking past Drewski?
Yeah.
Like, that man, something wrong with him, bro. It's always somebody in the hood. They be like, hey, bro, leave him alone, bro. Just like we got, you got folks that steal, you got folks that be lying, you got folks that you just leave alone. You should have left him alone. You got folks who do too much.
All right, man. Last one. And this one's from college football. Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia threw shots at the Big Ten, basically saying the SEC is unquestionably the better conference, top to bottom. Gas me up. Keep it on E.
I'll let y'all go first.
Man, after this episode, keep me on E, bro. I ain't got nothing else to say, bro. Boy, I gotta go do some Googling. I got some stuff to catch up on, man. Unk been out the loop, man.
That's funny. I'll throw a little gas on this one, just because. Are we sure that that's a fact? That the SEC is better than the Big Ten? We sure
I'm not sure that that's facts. I'm not entirely sure that's facts.
Who has the better outlook in the next 5 years moving forward, the SEC or the Big Ten? Would think probably the Big Ten, right? Like, we think about historically last 10 years, who have been the winningest teams in the Big Ten? Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Oregon. Am I missing somebody? I don't know who the 15 would be, but Ohio State.
USC, maybe?
Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, USC, and Oregon. How confident are we that all 5 of those programs are going to still be tier 1-ish programs in the next 5 years? Probably all of them except for USC. And even then, if Lincoln Riley gets it together, USC is definitively going to be in the contention. Right. Now let's look at the SEC. Last 10 years, you got Georgia, Alabama, Oklahoma. I guess, well, Texas now, but Texas hasn't been in the last, 10 years. Probably LSU. I don't even know who the 15 would be. There's a lot more shaky ground in the SEC than what is in the Big Ten, right? Alabama could go either way. Oklahoma could definitely go either way. Their best years are definitely behind them. We look at the last 10 years. Their last 10 are definitely better than what we've seen most recently.
This is a make or break, really, for Oklahoma. So this is a make or break for Oklahoma.
Right. LSU, all respect to LSU as a program, but they're pretty much either winning national championships or not relevant. If you just look at their year-by-year records, Texas is just now getting right. They're doing a lot for the SEC. I don't even know who I said fit. Florida, they're kind of an up-and-down program as well. So I don't know how factual that is. Historically, yes, the SEC is way better, but for right now, the Big Ten probably has them. So I throw a little gas on that and say I disagree, even though, Southern native and a UGA grad.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it on you. I think you just said it all. I don't really need to. Diego Pavia runs his mouth a lot over the last couple months, especially for a dude who played at Vanderbilt. So
this is his last opportunity, though, because it ain't going to be a lot of fanfare and cameras and media stuff a year from now when it's draft time, right? Like, maybe I'm not up to date, but I don't see Diego Pavia on a lot of draft boards. So this is his opportunity to go on his media run, cash in on his NIL, saying build his brand. So I ain't entirely mad at it, but you are right, though. It's he putting a lot on Vanderbilt's football program this year.
No, man, but I mean, I'm not gonna say, it's probably not gonna be a lot of fanfare come draft time, but some of the fans might show up to some UFL or some CFL games when he's under center.
I mean, on everything, a lot of people owe him some money because there's a lot of NIL dollars being spent on 6th and 7th year players who went to JUCO.
Yeah,
because of him, right? So that's probably why he walking around like that. He was like, "Hey, bro, like. Can you imagine somebody on his team who got an extra year because of him, and he just walk by and be like, "You welcome." Like that type of stuff. You feel me? He seemed like that type of guy. Like just from what I'm hearing, like, yeah, man, the steak you eating. Don't worry about it. Like, yeah.
Don't
like
worry
he's good in the
about it.
hood.
It's on me.
Yeah,
Bro.
you feel me?
Yeah.
You low-key gotta offer him some, bro. You gotta give him a little piece. You gotta cut him off a little piece, slide it to the end of the plate. Here you go, bro.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. All right, man. So that does it for Gas Me Up. I appreciate that. I actually had a lot of fun. I don't know about y'all.
Man, I had a ton of fun, man. I learned so much today.
So we're gonna get into the segment that we normally start with. What's the scoop? Where we dive into the week's biggest sports headlines, and we're gonna stick with college athletics because this is the kind of thing that's gonna change things forever. Talking about the House v NCAA settlement that has been approved. The short of it is that the NCAA will pay $2.8 billion in back damages over the next 10 years to athletes who competed in college at any time from 2016 to now. And that settlement will also allow schools to share revenue directly with athletes. There's a ton to unpack here. So, Kenny, I kind of want you to break it down for the people. What exactly happened? What's actually happened? Why does this matter? What are the Big Ten implications?
Yeah, well, why it matters looking ahead, you put the kind of the back pay part of it. Athletes who have played in college football for a long time are now able to receive back pay for what they were able to do in terms of bringing in dollars to the university. So you think of people like, Reggie Bush, Matt Leiter, Tim Tebow, Cam Newton, all of these people that propped up athletic departments for years and weren't paid under this type of model are now able to get back pay as well as other athletes, in other sports across the country. But looking ahead, why significant? The revenue sharing part, what you said, schools are now able to spend up to $20.5 million in athlete salaries across all sports. So it's not a true salary cap, but it is something to where everybody is going to have some money to spend. So this is something that's going to level the playing field for for colleges that wouldn't have been able to spend otherwise. So you think, for example, a school, let's talk about Vanderbilt, right? Vanderbilt, under this model with the $20.5 million, if the number one player in Tennessee who plays football, right, he doesn't have to just now go to Georgia or Alabama or even Tennessee, right? Vanderbilt now has $3 million to say, come play football at Vanderbilt, right? And that's something that you would have to strongly think about, right? Because that's a lot of money. That's more money than anybody else is going to offer you. Vanderbilt is now going to be able to pay that. That's something that could level the playing field. So this is an opportunity for colleges to, to improve in a number of sports, right? If you want to put like South Carolina women's basketball, right? They're going to devote a lot of money of that to the women's basketball team. Iowa wrestling, there's going to be, an allotment of money for them as well. So it's going to be an opportunity for colleges to improve in certain sports, to stabilize in other areas. So that's really why it's important. It allows for every college to have some money, which is going to level the playing field in recruiting and really level the playing field in a lot of sports. So that's why it's an important ruling.
Dukes, your reaction, and can you just talk a little bit about how NIL collectives are going to be affected by this?
I mean, I think so. You'll see some decommitments or rush commitments based on schools figuring out what's really going on. So you had schools with two different schools of thought, no pun intended, where it was either we're going to keep telling you these really exorbitant numbers because we don't think this rule is going to pass or we don't think this rule is going to stick. And you have schools that are being proactive about saying, you know what, we're going to operate on a salary cap as if the rule passed. And you're seeing different states kind of pushing back and saying, hey, we want to be able to do this. We want to be able to do that. But I think the reason that this rule is important is because, for example, like what Ken said, Vanderbilt being able to give somebody $3 million is a far cry from when they couldn't give anybody, $300,000. So now you can give a guy that type of money, a guy who wants an education can go to Vanderbilt. You may not get all the 5 stars because, of course, the guys who are only after money are going to go to the schools who have boosters that supplement that NIL pay with NIL deals. So, for example, I always use Oregon. If Phil Knight decides that he wants to have he wants to sign 11 guys to $500,000 Nike contracts that are NIL. They pass through Deloitte, who is the I guess the consulting firm that you have to go through for any NIL deal over $600. Well, if he say, well, Oregon has these, he could come out tomorrow and say Oregon has these marketing contracts for these top 10 players. Well, the guys who are looking for money only, and I'm not saying that this is what would happen, just using this is strictly hypothetical.
Right.
There are ways that you can kind of circumvent the process, but that's the exception, not the rule. The rule is going to increase parity. And I think that even sometimes, like we see, how many times have we seen teams overspend and still not lose? Or how many times and still not win? Or how many times have we seen teams that get the number one recruiting class in basketball, a bunch of one and done guys, and they still don't win? So I think the ability to continue to compete, the being able to continue to promote parity is going to continue to promote competition. So I think it's an important rule, and I think it's fair. The guys should have been getting paid, and then even the guys who will be getting money. I think the previous 10 years of college football players should be getting some type of check, I believe.
Yeah, 2016 to now.
Yeah, so man, shout out to everybody getting paid for sure.
What kind of oversight are we looking at from a federal level or even at the NCAA level, like was mentioned in this deal?
I missed that.
I said, what kind of oversight are we looking at for something like this?
Yeah, well, that's going to be like the big thing is how enforceable are these rules and what's going to be the penalty, right? Like, I know Deloitte is going to do their thing through the clearinghouse, but if somebody violates that, what type of power does Deloitte have? Are they going to be able to take a team's playoff appearance away or their eligibility for the next year? Is the NCAA going to be able to revoke scholarships? Like, what exactly is going to be the penalty? So I think like there's optimism that there's going to be some regulation, but I think that's the big question for everybody. And, for me as well, is how enforceable are these rules? Because if it's going to be kind of one of those things that the NCAA has done in the past where they don't punish a school until 15 years after the fact, well, there's a green light to do what you want in the present and then worry about the rest on the back end. So I would hope for strong enforcement, but this is the NCAA we're talking about. So we'll see.
I tell you what, I think for elite now I've been hearing a few rumors, but I think for teams that do get caught with illegal deals or paying under the table, the people or those people that are being involved, the NCAA has been quiet about illegal payments for a long time. I don't think anybody's really got spanked like Tennessee did in 2020 with the McDonald bags payments, and I don't think we've heard a bunch about the NCAA jumping out there about ineligible players or illegal payments. They've been quiet for a long time. And I think, like they say in the rap game, or we hear Feds did a sweep, right? I think this time around, if you get caught doing something illegal, they're going to hit you hard like they did basketball. Oh, they did it in basketball a couple years ago. I don't know if you remember, like when Feds did a sweep in basketball and they were tackling illegal payments. They're going to let stuff go for a while, but you got to believe they're going to be executing exercising their power if somebody runs a foul. So I think the oversight is going to be, listen, we let you guys have the wild, wild west for years. We still don't know what's really going on. But if we catch you blatantly cheating, I believe the Fed's going to throw the book at you now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another piece of this that we really can't ignore is Title IX. I'm not entirely sure how Title IX is going to factor into this, especially when you have, like you said, $20.5 million to spread across athletic programs. But, like, how can you see this factor in this settlement, or will it at all?
Yeah, from what I understand and what I've learned from one talking to athletic directors, but also from what I've seen in athletic directors at media availabilities and press conferences since then, this is not something that it's not going to be Title IX compliant. Is basically what I'm saying, right? They are going to use this money for revenue sports, and if it's a non-revenue sport that does well and there's some money left over, then they're going to give to that. I think the Title IX implication, because a part of this House settlement is that there are scholarship increases available. So football is going from 85 to 105, for example. Baseball is going from 11.7 to, I think, somewhere in the mid-30s. That's where the Title IX compliant is going to be in play, right? If you add more scholarships for baseball, you're going to have to add more scholarships for a women's sport on the other end. So that's where I think the majority of the compliance is going to be as far as the money goes. I don't see it happening at this moment, but if that's something that gets taken to court, obviously that can change. But at this time, for the here and now, athletic directors are not planning to have this money being Title IX compliant.
All right. So assuming all of this goes through and everything is well, each school is getting $20.5 million spread across athletic programs. If you were an AD, how are you dividing that up across sports? Dukes, I'm gonna start with you.
Yeah, man. St. Dukes.
You eat what you kill.
St. Dukes.
Yeah, you eat what you kill. Simple. Straight up, like, man, did you make the money? How much of this money did you make? Okay, like I think it's fair. Like football is the you know what I mean? Like football makes the money, so that's who I think you should like. At the end of the day, I would take maybe 20% or 10% of the money and say, all right, this is for everybody else. You gotta get it how you live. The schools got to figure out the scholarship. They got like the school's gonna have to figure out how to get those scholarship students in for the enrichment of student athletes and the spirit of competition. But I think if you're buying jerseys and you're watching me on TV, I should get a cut of that. And I think the sport that you play should have something to do with it. Does it make money? Like, bro, like, no disrespect to anybody who rides horses, but man, the equestrian team, I would if I'm a ball player and I'm not getting that much money and I see somebody on the equestrian team like with a new car, I'm like, bro, you don't even be on TV, like you know what I'm saying? So like, I think it's got to be like a fairness to it where it's almost like a based on how much money we bring in is how much money we should get, and I think that's how it's gonna work. I think if I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking that the money is gonna be divided by how important that sport is to the school.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, shout out to the 2025 national champion Georgia Bulldogs equestrian team.
And women's track and field.
There we go.
Get the money to track. We track was on TV.
Yeah.
And we watched a little bit of it. You feel me? Man, bro.
All right, kid, how you spending that money, man?
All right, man. Yeah, at Octane University, you know what I'm saying? We believe in being an everything school. So we're gonna give, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna divide this up into several sports. We're also gonna have an active NIL collective at Octane University. So, other schools are gonna be disbanding their collective. We still gonna have our boosters and we still gonna have our people paying on top of this. So we're gonna go 13 million for football. I'm gonna go 3 million for men's basketball, 1.5 million for women's basketball. I'm gonna go 2 million between baseball and softball. Whoever is the most lit, that's how we're gonna split it up. So if the men's baseball team goes to the World Series and the women's team don't make it to the college tournament, then 1.5 going to the baseball team, 500,000 go to the softball team. And they just like Duke said, you got to eat what you kill in that pot. And then I'm gonna go 1 million for track and field between the men's and the women's. And that's how we get to 20.5.
Word.
Subject to change.
No equestrian?
No equestrian.
Oh man.
Nah, we don't. Nah, not at Octane. Not at Octane University. If the collective wants to take that on, by all means.
I got that. I can go for that.
But that's how we doing it over here. Okay. What about you, Sammy, at Lloyd Smith College? How we breaking it up?
We are equal opportunity university here, accredited #1 in the country. We win a lot of national championships. We also have an NIL collective that is very well funded, for, of, and by the people. Here at Lloyd Smith College, and this is just off the top of my dome, I did not prepare this. I'm probably going 55% of that money is going to the football program, just because that's your money maker. 20. I'm going to put 20% aside for basketball, men's basketball. 7.5% will go to women's basketball, and then our winningest sports will split a 5% of that share, and then the rest will go to our non-money making sports. And then we fill in the gaps with the collective.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just go football, 15 million, basketball, 3 million, baseball, 1 million, and everybody else got to figure it out. Hunger Games.
Track team ain't getting no love from you, huh?
Million. Everybody else got to figure the rest out.
Yeah.
Is that too many million?
No swimming and diving championships. Like
that's club sport, bro.
No gymnastics,
bro. everybody know. I mean, for real, if you want some gymnastics, man, come to the football game. We basically giving scholarships out to folks who more NIL money if you score a lot of touchdowns and you hit a flip. NIL bonus. Can you flip?
Damn.
I feel like I didn't even think about gymnastics and all that other stuff.
Bro, you ever been to a gymnastics meet?
Yeah.
Y'all went to school.
Yeah. I mean, Auburn got a good gymnastics team. I know Jordan Childs wasn't in school, obviously, when you was at Auburn, but y'all don't put out some good gymnastics, some good gymnasts over there.
We had the lady from the Olympics in a couple years ago, Suni Lee.
Yeah.
I just didn't go.
Lee, that's what I'm thinking of, not Jordan Childs. I'm thinking of Suni Lee.
I just ain't go while I was in school for sure. But yeah, I mean, you got to be well rounded. But at my school, I need every dollar that I can for that football team. Like it's plenty of places that you can go. Like the best Olympians, like they go, like the best gymnastic people going pro anyway. Like,
yeah, they only go to college after their gymnastics career is over, basically.
Yeah, like man, yeah, we'll take but they can fight it out. You know, so I think I got $500,000 left. And guess what? Gymnastics ain't like it's like a program where you got to have money. Like gymnastics almost like you got to come for money. Like almost, you know what I'm saying? Like not come for money, but it ain't. How many people like are really like? How many stories are we hearing from like folks from the hood, like underprivileged kids, like going like to the Olympics in gymnastics?
Yeah, hardly ever. It's a very expensive sport. You are right.
So it's like, man, y'all already got the bread. Like lacrosse, y'all already got the bread. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all already got the money.
They on TV though.
Yeah, so whatever money they make,
that's
yours.
Yeah.
Equestrian. Like, bro, you gotta have a horse. Like, I'm not I'm not tripping on them folks, man. They got the money. Bro. Gotta have a whole horse.
Honestly, I think what we really go take away from this is that $20.5 million really not that lot. It's not a lot of money to spread across an entire athletic department.
They still beating us over the head. Like as far as the football fans, like bro, we spend enough money. Like I guarantee you, when you go look at the revenue for what they spending, yeah. And but I tell you what it is gonna do. It's gonna make them collectors really going overdrive for facilities.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
All
right, man. Final thoughts on this one before we wrap it up.
This was probably our most chaotic episode to date. But I had fun with it.
What did you learn, man? What did you take away from Freedom Day, from this Freedom Day episode?
Yeah, that boy Travis Scott, boy, hey man. Hey man, one in their family. Boy, I ain't know that, bro. Hey boy, that's a rough dude right there, man. Oh man. Cactus Jack.
Oh man, so we learned that Travis Scott still.
Yeah. Hey man, what I learned is to stay on your toes because you never know what's gonna come in the Gas It Up segment. So stay up on your current events. That's what I learned.
Look, I asked y'all beforehand if y'all wanted to know the topics.
I'm glad we did it. This is gonna be a challenge moving forward. Like, did I really read up this week? Did I read up on my Apple News? Did I read enough articles this week? Do I really know what's going on?
Have you been scrolling on the TL?
Right.
Hey boy, that's funny, man.
Bronco, we got to get you up to date, man.
Hey boy, no, I like it like this, man. Keep me in my bubble, man. I wish I ain't know some of this stuff.
We're gonna get you an AI assistant, dog.
Nah, but man, that lady ain't finna be trying to harass me sexually. Straight. Yeah. Did you like my response? Right now, man.
Here we go, man. Y'all wanted to keep it on E with Tyler Perry, but we talk about sexual assault and AI.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
all right, man. This stuff you can only hear on the Rec League, man. Like I said, I'm Sammy Smith. Y'all can reach me at word.smith 2 underscores on IG. Y'all go ahead and plug your socials, bro. I can't with y'all.
At Dukesthescoop.
Yeah, at Skinny Kenny _ on Twitter, at Slimington on Instagram. This one was a crazy one.
This one was crazy, man. Happy Juneteenth, y'all.